Assalamu alaikum, family. This is your brother Malcolm Flex back with another exclusive. And today I'm just here to hurl truth at falsehood until it knock out his brains. So first I would like to open in the name of Allah, who appeared to us in the person of Master Pharoah Muhammad. I also bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is his last and greatest messenger and exalted Christ. And I will also like to bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is divine warner, teacher in our midst, and I would like to greet you all with the greeting words of peace and paradise of Assalamu alaikum. This video is another response. And we going back to back like Drake in his song. We going back to back with these heaters. We are no longer playing. We don't care about all of the small talk anymore and all of the slander. Now we just want to see your works. What have you done for the black community? You know who I'm talking about. Young Pharoah and Sara Seti. You called us out and you asked the question, is and how the Nation of Islam destroying or helping the black community. Okay? You wanted to know that. Because at first we thought that you really wanted smoke. Then we found out that you didn't really want the smoke. You just wanted to have a scholarly debate. So when we came with the scholarship, you drop that, you forsake that. Now you want to know what we doing for the community. Like, is you dumb or is you stupid? Now I'm kind of glad that you came back to this. Because you fell in your own trap this time. The Nation of Islam has a history of serving the black community. I repeat, we have a history of serving the black community all the way back since the early 1900s. When Master Pharoah Muhammad was here, and he had 25,000 followers before he left. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad had an $80 million empire that he built with farms, farmland, husbandry. He had cattle. He had chickens. He had stores. He had restaurants. He had a bank. He had cleaners, barbershops, bakeries, apartment complexes. Okay? Helping the people. Really building a nation. And all of those assets were liquidated when his son, Warfdeen Muhammad, took over the Nation of Islam and destroyed all of his father's works. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's spiritual son, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, rejected what Warfdeen Muhammad did, stood back up, and bought some of the stuff back, bought some of the farmland back, bought Mas Mariam back, bought the messenger's books back. And he went all across the nation raising money to help rebuild the Nation of Islam. From all the money that he was getting from his speaking engagements. He restarted the Nation of Islam. He rebuilt and refunded the Nation of Islam and put everything in the Nation of Islam's name. Mas Mariam, the Final Call newspaper, everything belongs to the members, to the Nation of Islam, the farmland, everything. He didn't just put it in his name. He put it in the name of the believers. This is the type of leader that we have. A man of integrity, of supreme integrity, of supreme dignity amongst other men. Why? We have farmland. Check this clip out. You know, people ask, what if the Nation of Islam is done for the people? Well, we gonna show you better than we can tell you. Okay, this is the Nation of Islam's website. You got the Million Man March anniversary. Okay, but we're gonna go down to the Ministry of Agriculture. Okay, right here it says the farm is the engine of our national life by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We selling staple goods you can put your order in. Okay, so we don't want to hear y'all asking what the nation is doing, but when we show you and then you still don't want to support it, you just showing your own ignorance and hypocrisy. Okay, now we have one of our farms right here. This is the land right here. Okay, this is our brother Ridgely. This is Dr. Ridgely Muhammad right here. He's the farm manager and his wife, Sister Ann. Okay, this is the land. Okay, right, and we're going to read this right here in black bold letters. Our 1,556 acre farm in Georgia must be viewed as the catalyst for the development of our sustainable food and fiber production system. Muhammad Farms is situated on a 1,556 acre tract in southwest Georgia, redeemed by Minister Louis Farrakhan in 1995 for the 3-year economic program. It is part of a larger 4,500 tract of land which the Honorable Elijah Muhammad purchased in the 1960s with doing, working on the farmland and doing husbandry and in the markets and stuff like that. Muhammad Farm stretches 1.45 miles east to west and 2 miles from north to south. That's a lot of land. To get the size of the farm in perspective, the farm is as long as Central Park in New York City or the mall in D.C., but 3 times as wide. It will cover 23 city blocks in one direction and 16 blocks in the other direction. Okay? 4 college campuses the size of NC and A&T in Greensboro, North Carolina, could comfortably fit into its perimeters. Its area will cover 1,400 football fields. To the farmland that we have and the things that we produce on them. So now, after I showed you the clip of the farmland that we possess and what we are doing, now let's take a look at the ABLE program that we have in place for us and our people. Assalamu alaikum, family. This is your brother Malcolm Flex, and I wanted to do this portion of the video and show you all the link to the ABLE network. And this is the ABLE food program that the Nation of Islam has implemented for ourselves and our people. Okay? And how it works is, first you have to sign up and put in an application. Okay? And then you have to put in the order at your local mosque. And how it works is, every local mosque have to order a certain amount of pounds to be able to get the products that we order. Okay? So we have many different things. As you can see, we got salmon, coffee, broccoli, chicken, bread, juices, produce, and pastries or whatever. Okay, this is what we are selling under the ABLE Food Network. Okay, so let me scroll down, and it says, welcome to ABLE, providing wholesome organic products to best serve you, your family, and friends. Able offers a variety of quality products, including fresh, clean fish, whiting, sole, and salmon, all naturally wild caught in the Pacific, Northwest, and Alaskan waters, as well as premium organic chicken, organic seasonings, Jenna Premium Arabica coffee, and more. And that Jenna is some of the, if you drink coffee, that Jenna is some of the best coffee that you can ever drink. It says all of our products are carefully selected to offer you healthier alternatives at competitive prices. Why not save money and eat healthy and shop the best products now? Right here, you can place your order at the bottom. Go to the menu. Go to products. Okay. You got, these are different regions where you can order from. Wherever you at, you can order depending on what region that you're in. So I'm in the Western. Go to Los Angeles. Okay. And these are some of the products that you can get. So when cats are talking about what is the nation doing for our people, we ain't got, well, we got stuff. Just because you ain't seen it don't mean it don't exist. But this is all the stuff that you can get off our website. But you can't sit up here and criticize and not have no solutions. Okay? You got to have some solutions. You got Able down Los Angeles 27 for Miles 27 in LA. Okay? Let's go to About Us. Who is Able? In early 2013, a small nonprofit company was started by a group of brothers that desired to see the work of their father rebuilt throughout the underserviced communities across the country. They seized the opportunity to start with their father's number one product, the whiting fish, and provide the whiting at affordable costs while donating to their local schools. Pound by pound, the discount purchasing program grew and the brothers began to see their father's work take on new life across the country. Okay? In late 2013, the brothers decided to name the nonprofit company the Able Network. Able is an acronym for Army of Believers, leading the efforts. Okay? The efforts of the Able Network are to host a unique distribution network and service provider created to offer quality products at affordable prices. Able was designed to rapidly move products and services throughout our communities and provide donations to charities of our choosing. Okay? The Able Network provides the wholesome and organic products. We offer fresh, clean fish. I read all this stuff already. Let me go down here. All of our products have been tested and approved to meet premium quality standards, offering you a healthier alternative at competitive prices. Able offers professional quality products as well as professional product care. Our products are handled and treated with the best of care from production, packaging, shipping, and delivery to ensure the best quality for consumers. The Able goal is to offer a platform that will help to economically empower our local cities to live well. Together, we are able. Okay? So that's for those who try to say the Nation of Islam ain't doing nothing. Okay? We have a website to show you where you can order your food, and we also have your supermarkets. Okay? I'm going to go into that as well after this video. So, we just got through showing you the Able Food Network. So, if you don't want to support it because we are Muslims, then you are hypocrites. We just got through showing you the Able Food Network. Okay? So don't sit up here and complain about what we don't have, and then when we show you that we actually have it, then you don't want to support it because we are Muslims? Or you think we did something to Malcolm McCallum? Don't be hypocrites like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit up here and assume that we don't have a particular thing just because you didn't see it. Don't be that foolish. Okay? Yeah, we're not done. We're not done. Check out the school that we have for our children to go to, so our children don't have to get a devil's education. We can teach our own children in our own schools.
You can't make this community a decent place to live unless we control the education. The education is part of the trick. And if the education were right for us, we wouldn't lead in dropouts. It's not an appealing education because they're educating us, and the base idea of that education is white supremacy. You need an education that will make you love you, that will make you see what you have contributed to the onward march of civilization. You need an education that you can use to elevate yourself and your people.
Now, let's move on from that. Okay, now let's go to the part where the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is saying, let's buy these broken down, beat up houses, let's rebuild them and resell them back to our people for some good prices. Because we have a program in the Nation of Islam called Let's Buy Back Detroit. Okay, so we want to rebuild Detroit and in our communities in general. So let's take a look.
There's a lot of abandoned buildings in our community, sitting around doing nothing. But we should take those buildings or buy them, and then with a little money, rehab them. Take our young men that don't have a trade, and take the tradespeople and make our young people their apprentices and let them learn how to rehabilitate these buildings and then sell the buildings and build your own treasury to own the community where you live. And the reason now that in Grove Hall, they're moving us out, because you didn't own it. And if you did own it, they gave you a price that you couldn't refuse.
And hold up, family, we not finished. We also have the 10,000 Fearless who go out in the community doing community services. Okay, we have a 10,000 Fearless house in Atlanta, Georgia, that's ran by our student minister, Sharif Muhammad. Brother Sharif also owns a couple Your supermarkets. So we have our own supermarkets in the Nation of Islam. He also has a few Blue Seas restaurants. Okay, so we have restaurants and bakeries in the Nation of Islam. Outside of Salam Restaurant, everybody has heard of the Salam Restaurant. Okay, the 10,000 Fearless house. You know what I'm saying? Not only we have the house, and we do community service, cleaning up, you know what I'm saying, giving out food and clothing, and the 10,000 Fearless, because they're the blueprint in Atlanta, Georgia. We have another one in Arizona. We trying to have them all over the nation. Okay, but not only do we have the house and stuff like that, but we have the 10,000 Fearless cruisers, you know what I'm saying, vans, pickup trucks, buses. Okay? And as a matter of fact, Colonel Muammar Gaddafi was trying to give the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam $1 billion as a gift to help black people in America. But the American government had stopped and prevented the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan from receiving that gift because he had great plans for our people in the hills and wilderness of North America. And just to prove it, I'm going to read a clip and a source out of the New York Times. Assalamu alaikum. It's your brother Malcolm Flex. And just wanted to read this New York Times article and Washington Post article. To all you cats who say that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan sold out for a punk $2 to $3 million. I'm going to read some of this article for you all to let you know that the minister never had wanted to ever sell out our people. He has only tried to help our people, making big boss moves, okay? For instance, read some of this article. It says, officials to block Gaddafi gift to Farrakhan, okay? Because the government blocked a gift that Muammar Gaddafi wanted to give to the minister. Let's read this article. Clinton administration officials said today that they would almost certainly reject an application from the Nation of Islam and its leader, Louis Farrakhan, to be allowed to accept a donation of more than $1 billion from Colonel Muammar Gaddafi of Libya. Mr. Farrakhan defended the gift today and said he would mount a vigorous fight if the government barred it. Quote, "We will fight for what we believe is our legal right," Mr. Farrakhan told a news conference in Chicago. "And I will go across the nation stirring up not only my own people, but all those who will benefit from it." Because the minister wanted to do, like he said in another interview and lecture, that he wanted to take that money and he wanted to fund black organizations. And he named all of the black organizations who are getting government funding and who are getting Jewish funding. The minister wanted to fund them so they'll get the enemy out of black people's pockets. Okay, so they wouldn't have, he was trying to break the enemy's power over these black organizations. Okay, so it reads, "We are not terrorists," Mr. Farrakhan said. "We are not trying to do anything against the good of America. What we want to do is good for our people and ultimately good for our nation." A number of people affiliated with the Nation of Islam said they believe they would have a strong case that a rejection would be an unconstitutional infringement on religious freedom. Okay? So this goes to show you the type of country that we live in. That Muammar Gaddafi wanted to give $1 billion to a religious institution, but because America knew if they were able to accomplish this, that they would have been able to do great things in the black community. So America wants the black community to suffer. Listen to what I'm showing you. The American government wants black people to continue to suffer. Muammar Gaddafi, the man that they killed, the man whom they had assassinated, wanted to help black people in America. Okay, but the government blocked them and the minister from being able to help the people. Okay, what is Minister Farrakhan going to do with just $1 billion all to himself? But you got these crazy niggas running around here talking about the minister is selling out for a few punk ass million when he get from his members, his followers, every year. Okay, so let me continue reading. Colonel Gaddafi pledged $1 billion to the Nation of Islam after meeting with Minister Farrakhan in Libya in January. Mr. Farrakhan has described the pledge as a humanitarian gesture. And last week, he formally asked the Office of Foreign Assets Control at the Treasury Department for the necessary permission to receive the money. Okay, so when the minister was in Libya, they tried to bring the money in duffel bags to the minister's hotel room and he turned it away. And we know brothers that were there who told us the story, that bear witness that the minister turned it away because he didn't want to look like he was just accepting money behind America's back and he wasn't going to be used as a prostitute for anybody to where he could be bought. You can't buy the minister. And he turned the money away, but he said, you know what? We'll accept it if you pledge it as a donation to the Nation of Islam, not to just Minister Farrakhan, but to the nation, and the nation was going to use that money to the embetterment and empowerment of black people. So for all those who claim that the Nation of Islam is not doing nothing for the community, why don't you go back and ask those brothers who did time in prison and came out reformed, came out new and better men once they had encountered Islam while doing time. former gangbangers, former drug dealers, former pimps, sisters who were former prostitutes, okay? Former homosexuals, former gays and lesbians. Ask them. Over 40,000+ members in the Nation of Islam. We are constantly growing. We are constantly growing, whether if it's on the street or it's in prison. We are constantly bringing in new converts to Islam in the hills and wilderness of North America. So you want to ask the question, how dare you ask the question, what is the Nation of Islam doing for the black community? Are we helping the hurt in the community? Without a shadow of a doubt, we are helping our community in many ways, besides just only one way, family. See, don't listen to these individuals who have personal quarrels, who are personally hurt, had their feelings hurt. Okay? They want to take Malcolm's pain. They want to take Dr. Khaled's pain. And they want to say that's your pain too. Okay? You want to throw out a whole black organization, a whole black nation of people behind what happened to two individuals who brought their own demise upon themselves. They brought their own demise among themselves. Quit listening to these people. Just because there were unfortunate situations that happened to both our brothers, you can't put that on the whole Nation of Islam. Okay? You're just talking about two individuals. They were great individuals, but no one man can rise above the condition of his people. So you trying to get our people just to focus on these two individual people when we got millions of our people to worry about. So that's it, family. I didn't want to make this a long video. I wanted to keep it short and I wanted to keep it strong. But not only will we prove and what we have done and are continue to do for our community, but those who try to call us out for our works, now we want to see their works and what they have done in the black community. And if they don't show us anything that matches up with anything that we have done, because we know what they've done hasn't surpassed what we've done, but if they can't even match what we have done, then please politely ask them to have a seat. And with that, family, I would like to greet you all as I came with the greeting words of peace. Wassalamu alaikum.